Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 13 of What If Naruto Had Cosmic Energy. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Neglected and Lost Everything over on Anime King 2. And enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, I have 3 channels guys, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3. Links will be down in the description for Anime King and Anime King 2 for you guys to enjoy, and stay tuned for the new episode coming over Anime King for you guys to enjoy as well guys. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last spot we left off, everyone was gathered in front of the Forest of Death. As Naruto glanced towards the red head that was from the grass team, there was 2 grass team here, one of them with all adults, and another one with 2 male members that seemed older than the young red head that was between them, who looked rather frightened, as she had on glasses. Looking over at Naruto, Naruto felt something strange with her. He didn't know what it was, as he couldn't find out now and the test was about to begin. So with that, they embarked upon the Forest of Death. Some minutes later, as Naruto was treading with his team, they found another team there. A team that they were quickly able to dispose of and get their scroll. To their luck, they had the scroll. As Naruto then turned, using his body as a shield, as he wasn't fast enough to move them out of the way, a massive gust slammed into him, throwing him back. A snake burst from the ground and swallowed him, moving off with tremendous speed. It was then that the grass Kunoichi appeared, looking down at the 2 frightened Genins, as the grass Kunoichi had a malicious, killing intent that shook Hinata and Sasuke to their core. Meanwhile, the snake was shredded. As Naruto exited the snake, he instantly realized what was going on, as the snake had poofed away. He moved off with tremendous speed, moving through the Forest of Death. As he quickly came upon his team, Sasuke had used a fire jutsu and burned the Kunoichi's face to reveal that it was the snake's son in Orochimaru. Seeing him, there was a flashback, as Naruto remembered the first time he met Orochimaru. The man saw the skills that Naruto possessed, as he had his horde of stone ninjas hold off Jiraiya. Jiraiya teared through his ranks rather easily, as he ended up beating Naruto in the neck. But then Naruto wasn't so strong, and he was brought down, but the curse mark was purged from his body. The fox stalker killing the soul fragment inside. It was that day that Orochimaru found out that Naruto was a 9-tail holder. He had to flee as Jiraiya quickly caught up. Naruto turned towards Hinata and Sasuke and told him to run. The both of them were hesitant to do that, as they didn't want to leave him behind to die. But Naruto told them that he would be fine. They need to get out of here. He was most likely after Sasuke, as he knew that the man wanted to be immortal, as Jiraiya told him a lot about him, and Sasuke's eyes would help him learn a lot. And one of Orochimaru's goals were to learn all the jutsus in the world. An immortal being that knew everything, that was all-knowing and all-seeing. So, with reluctance, they end up moving off, leaving Naruto behind. Orochimaru tried to get past him, but the onslaught started, as Naruto dished out everything that he had, throwing it at Orochimaru. The battle was fierce. As the both of them clashed, Orochimaru bricked through all of Naruto's blades, as he dealt several damaging blows to Naruto. But Naruto started to heal, as he heard something in his head. God and Demon Slayer, Cosmic Blade, a blade that he already knew the name of was Viper, appeared in his hand, as it had red and blue trimmings around it. Naruto slashed right through Kusanagi, surprising Orochimaru. But Orochimaru was able to bring the blade back to full health by pumping his stalker through it, as the blade extended. The both of them were ready to kick it off, but Orochimaru felt the envoys coming as Anko had found out that he was here. He ended up fleeing. Hinata and Sasuke didn't go too far, but they saw Naruto made a detour. Karin Uzumaki was the one that was in the forest, as her two teammates were using her as bait. As Naruto came there, the both of them tried to steal Naruto's scroll. As Naruto looked towards Karin as he did the same thing, as it went off subconsciously. What happened to Haku? As he saw her memories, she was indeed a Uzumaki. Her mother told her never to tell anyone her last name. As Naruto saw everything and how her teammates picked on her, and one of them tried to rape her, he lost it as he brutally beat the both of them down, killing them in the process. Rubbish like them doesn't deserve to live. So yeah guys, that's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across to the playlist and check it out for yourself. So what do you say begin this new episode? Karin blinked as she was beyond confused. As she wondered, it came back to her. Everything came back to her rather quickly. She thought her mind was playing tricks on her, but it came back so suddenly. As she remembered everything, that boy with the blonde hair, the cute one, he had held on to her, saying that he would protect her. And her bite marks. She quickly raised her arms to realize they were gone. Every single one of them. But how? They had stayed with her ever since she got beaten, but now they were completely erased. As she wondered where she was, looking up she saw a white ceiling. As she turned her head, she was confused. The place was not that big where she was. She was on a bed. As she looked around, she saw two doors. Probably one lead to a bathroom and one leading out of here. She heard something in the inside. She heard water, like someone washing their hands or something like that. She quickly got to her feet. As she was about to run away, she wondered if she was captured and someone was going to take advantage of her. As she realized in this world being so small and fragile, people always try to take advantage, try to use her as they see fit, especially the ones that knew about her ability and what she could do. She spent so much years at their beck and call, doing whatever they said, as the alternative was death, or, well, even worse. She shuddered from those thoughts. At least, she always managed to get away, or at least she was always safe. She slowly made her way to her feet as she started to walk towards the door. "You're awake." She froze. She didn't even hear the bathroom door open. As she quickly grabbed the door handle and was about to run out. "Hey." She paused. His voice. "You're gonna be okay now." The voices matched. She turned slowly as she saw She blushed instantly, as he was wearing a shirt. His hair was all wet and sticking onto his face. He was wearing a black pants though. He gave her such a sincere smile, only second to her mother. As she looked at him confused, her eyes tried to navigate away from his chest. "Oh, sorry about that," he said. He made his way towards the bed. As she noticed at the corner of the bed his clothes was neatly packed. As he picked it up and slipped on a black t-shirt. "Hungry?" he said, as he brought a tray over towards the bed and opened it. Karin's eyes widened when she saw a lot of food, from cinnamon buns to sushi, all different kind of food, with even samaki, her favorite. As she looked over, saw drinks. Who are you?" she asked. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki." Her body tensed a bit at hearing the last name. "And you're Karin Uzumaki, right?" Her eyes widened. "How did you—" "It's fine," said Naruto. "I've seen what happened," he said. "So I understand if you don't trust me. It would be hard to trust someone after everything has happened. How do you—" "Sorry about that, but I kinda took a peep at your memories." "You did what?" she said. "Really, I didn't mean for it to happen. It happened on its own. But yeah, I'm sorry for invading your privacy," said Naruto. "But at least something good came out of it. I found out that you're Uzumaki. Just like me, you must be starving. Come on, eat something." "How do I know it's not poison?" Naruto laughed as he picked up some food, as he placed it in his mouth. "You could know that that one is not poison and eat it, so I could eat the rest of the poison," she said. "Huh. Figures. You wouldn't be trusting so quickly. Well then, I guess I'll have to take a bite of each and every one of them. And she watched as he did that, eating every single course. But there was enough, so she could eat and eat again. She slowly came inside as her belly was rather empty. She looked at him. Why are you doing this? Well, we're from the same clan. Have to look out for my clan mates, he said. Besides, I would have done this regardless. Those guys were jerks. Her eyes widened. She looked around fearfully. Don't worry, they're gone. She looked at him. You killed them? Yes, he said. As I said, I saw your memories. So I saw what they tried to do to you. And no person in the world should go through something like that. Especially a kind, sweet girl like yourself, he said. She started to cry. Hey, don't cry, said Naruto. Why are you doing this? Why are you being so nice to me, she asked. No one has ever been so nice. Unless they wanted something. What do you want from me, she said. Nothing. Nothing at all, trust me. Look, I know about this rare special ability of yours. Her eyes narrowed at that. So that's it, huh? You want to use her? I promise. I'll never let anyone bite you ever again. I see that you don't really like it. Especially when you're forced to do it. She looked at him confused. She looked up at his headband. As she had just took notice of that. You're a Konoha ninja, she said. Yes, said Naruto. Why would you keep this to yourself? I would be an asset. Well, let's just say I have a powerful healing factor. And seeing that you're going to be a part of the Uzumaki clan, I have my rights to make no one touch you. And I promise no one will... Wait, what? What do you mean, Uzumaki clan, she said. I thought... She put a hand over her mouth. Her mother told her to never speak about that. It's alright, Karin, he said. As he smiled, his hand touching her shoulder and she felt it. That warmth, rush. But there was also something deep inside of him that was dark. But yet it didn't affect his personality at all. It felt like it was trapped, sealed away. Her stomach grumbled. As Naruto laughed, she blushed embarrassedly. Come on, eat, said Naruto. Time skip. The both of them were standing in front of the Hokage. As he had came to the tower, and he was in a private room. As Hiruzen had a hand to his forehead, he was massaging his head, pushing away the headache. So, please tell me what you have done, Naruto-kun, he said, as he saw the redhead on the couch. Well, more dangerous details later, said Naruto, but this is Karin Uzumaki. As Hiruzen narrowed his eyes, he heard from the Jonin instructor that Naruto had taken a girl from out of the forest that was not above his teammates and brought her in here. Let's just say Iruka thought that Naruto was going to do something rather unpleasant. But Hinata and Sasuke would vouch for him. And also Naruto got a bit angry when the man came to those kind of thoughts. He might be a bit of a pervert and a ladies' man, but he would never do something like that. Never. Hiruzen looked over her. And how do you know that? A sixth sense, said Naruto. Hiruzen's eye twitch. Is that what you're really going off of? Well, she's a Uzumaki, believe it. But you can ask her. Young lady, Hiruzen said. Is what he's saying true? She nodded. Yes, Hokage-sama. My name is Karin Uzumaki. As Karin looked at him, as Naruto had told her to tell the Hokage, and everything will be fine. She didn't know why, but she started to trust him after that meal. He had this rather trusting nature about him that makes people want to believe and listen to him. And where exactly did she came from, asked Hiruzen. Karin looked around at herself. She completely forgot. Sorry, I kinda destroyed it, said Naruto. You destroyed my headband, she said. Yeah, sorry about that. She came from the hidden grass, said Naruto, but she's no longer associated with them. Naruto, you can't just take people from a village like that, Hiruzen said. As he released another sigh. Well, she's a Uzumaki. Right here. That is the main attribute. Seeing that I'm the head of the Uzumaki clan, they have to take it up with me, said Naruto. And I'm not giving her back. Not that she's an object or something like that, but she's not going back to them, no matter what. Hiruzen reads another sigh. If this was to get out, despite Naruto being the head of the Uzumaki clan was still relatively small, just a small boy. And most people in the world did not know about Naruto lineage, so this would be rather difficult. But he saw the determined look on Naruto's face, knowing that Naruto would definitely not give her back. He turned towards Karin. And what do you have to say, young lady? I would like to stay with Naruto, she said. Karin realized this was a better situation at going back to the hidden grass, where she was treated like garbage and used, and beaten beyond her consent. Alright, fine. But Naruto, this has to be kept between the three of us. For now, until I sort out information, nothing is to be said to anyone. How many other persons saw when you brought her here? Only Iruka, said Naruto, and Sasuke and Hinata. But they should be fine. You can handle Iruka, said Naruto. You're causing me a lot of stress, said Hiruzen. Yeah, but you can deal with it, right, JJ? Besides, that's the reason why I love you, said Naruto, as he smiled at the man proudly. As Hiruzen sighed, but he had to smile. Alright, for now. Let's take her to your compound. She can stay with Haku-san. Yeah, said Naruto as he turned a smile. You get to meet Haku, another member of my clan. How many of us are there, she asked. For the moment, just me and you as a Uzumaki. Haku is not a Uzumaki, said Naruto. But I'll find more in the future. I promise, he said. As he just kept on looking at her with a wide smile, she couldn't help but blush before she nodded. Hiruzen sighed as he called for his envoys to escort the girl to the compound. As once they were gone, Naruto's face turned serious. So I'm guessing that you know about the Orochimaru attack, right? Hiruzen nodded grimly. Yes. Time skip. Something rather strange occurred. After all, it's not ever so often you see the head of the Hyuga clan, along with his second daughter, and two elders of the Hyuga clan, standing and watching the preliminaries. Yes, indeed, all of the children were gathered who passed through the second round. Hinata was surprised to see her father here. She had no idea that he would be turning up. As the man had spoken to Hiruzen as he wanted to see his daughter perform. Well, he knew that she was growing stronger, but the elders behind him insisted that they see how she was performing. Hinata had retaken the head of becoming the clan head. And with her becoming clan head, she was making some demands. Things were gonna change rather quickly. So for them to go along with it, they had to see that she has gained the strength that is needed to be clan head. So that is why they were here, as they were away from the rest of the Genins. Just watching, Neji glanced towards him nervously. Those two especially did not like the branch members. As his eyes turned towards Hinata, she saw the nervous look on his face. She offered him a warm smile. As Neji simply turned his head, not wanting to look at her. She sighed sadly. Hiruzen finished giving his speech as he handed the reins over to Hayate, who stepped out. Alright. Now, there are too much of you here, so we will be having preliminary exams to shorten the numbers. What? One of them said. You heard me, said Hayate. There will be a lot of dignitaries and a lot of nobles at the finals of Chunin exams. Do you really think they want to see long, drawn-out matches? No, they don't. That is why we'll be having preliminaries here. No more questions, he said. He glanced over the group. Some of you have just returned from your endeavor in the forest of death. That is why you will have the option to drop out now, if you like. Raise your hand and you can go. Naruto glanced around the teams that were here. The Sand team was here. A Sound team was here. His team was here, along with Shikamaru's team. And Kurenai's team as well, with Sakura, Shino, and Kiba. And there was also Yujito, Samui, Karu, and Amoy. He was not glancing towards them. And there was also Naruto paused as he saw. That boy with the glasses raised his hand. There was just something off about him, but Naruto could not place it. I'm afraid I'm unable to go any further. I would like to give up. You may go, said Hayate. Anyone else, he asks. No one else raised their hand. Alright then, all of you would be making your way up towards the holding stand. Your names will be filtered through this board randomly. The names that come up, you will be staying and fighting. The next name will be coming down to fight. Understood? They all nodded as the board went through names. Sasuke saw his name come up. And Yoroi. Seems like they chose the best for the first part, said Sasuke. Well, that's kind of wrong, said Naruto. What? Well, the saying goes, they leave the best for the last. They kind of choose the worst for the first. Sasuke eye twitch. And what the hell is that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. I was just correcting your statement. Get the hell out of here, said Sasuke. Jeez man, I'm just kidding around. I don't want to hear get out of here, said Sasuke. Alright, fine, Mr. Grumpy Pants, said Naruto. I hope you lose. Sasuke simply smug arrogantly. Like that would happen. Yeah. Just trying to get you riled up, so you can kick this guy's ass. Good luck, Sasuke, said Hinata. Sasuke smiled. Thanks. Good luck, Sasuke, said Naruto. Like I would need it, said Sasuke. Oh, so it's like that, huh? Alright, said Naruto as he walked away. Hinata giggled a bit at their antics, as Sasuke turned back towards Yuri. The rest of them made their way. As Naruto paused, he saw the three girls walking rather slowly, like they were about to jump him. Hey, Hinata. What is it, Naruto-kun, she said. So I see that your father is here. Yes. I'm quite surprised as well, she said. It seems like he's here to see me fight. That is certainly a first. Well, things have changed since, well, everything, he said. Yes, but you already know that, she said. Naruto-kun, why are you sweating, she asked. Are you nervous about something? As she saw the sweat dripping down his forehead. Oh no, I'm fine, said Naruto. The three girls made their way up as they saw that he had stopped. As he saw them looking rather angry that they did not get it. The chance to jump him. Huh. The bitches are really trying to jump me, said Naruto. As he laughed. Huh. That was quite surprising. He thought that he was overthinking things. As he wondered if they spoke to each other. As he remembered kissing Yujito and Samui. But shouldn't they be mad at each other and not him? What the hell has he gotten himself into again? Yo, Mr. 9! How about busting out some rhymes, said Killer B. As everyone looked down towards where Killer B was spoken to. And their eyes lined on Naruto. Come on, really now? Said Naruto. As he sighed, both him and Hinata made their way up. She looked up towards her father and the elders. Her sister smiled and gave a tiny wave with her hand. As Naruto knew that it was not directed towards him, but he wiggled his fingers. She looked at him with a scared look. As she remembered time that he tickled her so badly, she nearly passed out. Before her face twisted up in a snarl. She would get him to pay for that. After all, something like that is not befitting of a Hyuga. By the time Naruto had skirted around the Kumo team, making Amoy laugh. Sasuke Uchiha, winner. Wait, what the hell? I guess you missed it, said Kakashi. Yeah, I really did. So, Mr. 9, everything is looking rather fine, said Killer B. That it is, said Naruto. You know, recently I came up with drumstick rhymes. And I want you and I to practice them on the sky, he said. Do you forget that I fly and sting like a bee? Because I'm the rapping Killer B, said B. Yeah, I would never forget that, said Naruto. But you're drawing too much attention to me right now. It looks like your students really want to kill me. Well, it's not my fault you go around flattering them with your charms. Maybe they should take a part out of your arm. Or they should scold themselves for being the one to fall for your stealth, said Killer B. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, said Naruto. Kakashi turned towards Naruto. You understand him? Kind of, said Naruto. See that dope? Sorry about that, Sasuke, but no. What do you mean, no? I wasn't really paying attention, said Naruto. Sasuke snarled as he made his way towards where Hinata was standing. You don't have to worry, Sasuke. I thought she said. You did amazingly. Thank you, Hinata, he said. Good work, Sasuke, said Kakashi, as he gave Sasuke one of his famous eye smile. Next, Sakura Haruno versus Ino Yamanaka. The both of them made their way down there, as Ino had a smirk on her face. Asuma Sensei has been teaching her how to, focus her chakra and break genjutsus. Knowing that the forehead was being trained by one of the best genjutsu kunoichi in the village, Asuma decided to train Ino how to break it, as she and Sakura were rivals. The both of them started their match, and when it comes to fighting, the both of them were rather, lousy. Nothing too entertaining and quite boring, so Naruto didn't really pay attention. He just kept on diverting the glances that were coming his way. Sakura tried to place Ino under a small genjutsu that Kurine had taught her, but Ino was able to break out of it. Both girls fought until they knocked each other out, both of them not passing to the second round. With that out of the way, Shikamaru grunted as he saw his name, as Naruto laughed. First batch, and it's a girl, Shika. Don't be too sad. You'll run through this. Quickly, my man. No, that's my flow in Mr. 9. Keep on going and continue your rhymes and me. So you're talking like this now. Great. Just great, said Kakashi. What's wrong, Cyclops? You don't like the rhythm I wickedly drop, said Naruto. Kakashi's eyes started to twitch. Naruto, I'm gonna need you to stop that, he said. Why? You might annoy me to the point that I might accidentally kill you on purpose. Wait, accidentally kill me on purpose? Yeah, said Kakashi. As Naruto backed away from him, Kakashi gave my eye a smile. Oh, it's fine, he said. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, weird, he said. Shikamaru went down as he delivered his match rather swift, knocking out Kin from the hidden zone, as her head hit against the wall. Choji was up next as he faced off against Dosu, as Dosu came out as the winner. Zaku was up next as he faced off against Shino. Shino was able to bring him down, in a rather brutal way, clogging up the holes in his arms as the ear pressure backfired, and yeah, it was nasty. Kiba was up next. Kiba smirked as he saw his name. You, Jito? Huh, I'm fighting a girl as well, Shikamaru, he said. This should be a walk-in, and Naruto cover his mouth. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? This should be a walk in the park, said Kiba. As Naruto started to shiver a bit. Kiba looked around. What's wrong? You're dead. What do you mean I'm dead? Sorry. Shino, said Naruto. As he looked up at Kurenai. I think we have to plan a memorial service for Kiba. Sooner than later. Why is that? Said Kurenai. Oh, you'll see. As Kiba simply scoffed as he made his way down, rather arrogantly. Yujito made her way rather calmly, her eye twitching the slightest if you look closely. Hey Toots, you might as well give up right here and now. It's not like you're gonna win. You know what? You're really cute. If you give up right now, I'll make you my girlfriend. Hayate shook his head. Kid, even I know that's stupid. Kiba simply scoffed. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Begin, Hayate said. Kiba didn't know what the hell happened. One moment he was standing there, the next he was planted in the wall. His body trembling because of pain. Akamaru barking for him to get up, but his body felt literally broken. What the hell happened to me? A foot stomped right in his stomach. Do you think you will be a walk in the park now? Asked Yujito with a sweet smile, as her claws extended. Kiba looked up at her, as Akamaru jumped to bite her. He doesn't know any better, Kitten, said Naruto, as she simply grabbed onto Akamaru. Proctor, she said, I think he's done for. As she threw Akamaru down towards Kiba. Kiba struggled to get up, but his body was in so much pain. Did she really hit him so hard? He didn't even see her move. You're lucky that he spoke, or it would have been much worse. As Kiba turned his head towards Naruto. You can repay me later, Naruto whispered the words. Yujito eyes snapped towards him as he refrained from looking at her. I stopped myself because of you. You owe me, remember that. As Naruto sighed, laughter could be heard as Naruto looked over to see Amoy laughing. And what are you laughing about, said Naruto. You, Amoy said, as Naruto lowered his head towards the bars. Cheer up, Mr. Nine. I'm sure they won't beat you that fine, said Killer B. Yeah, they will, said Naruto. Seems like they told each other. Huh. I'm screwed. The next match was Temari versus Tenten. As Naruto had a smile on his face as he saw Tenten made their way down. The match didn't last that long, as Tenten was taken out rather quickly. Her weapons didn't work on Temari at all, as Temari held out her fan, so that Tenten would purposely fall on it. But her feet landed on her fan, and caught Tenten gently in his arms. You know, Blondie, you're hot and all, but that would be just rude, said Naruto. Naruto-kun, said Tenten, before she passed out. She didn't want to give up, said Temari. If you weren't so hot, I would be angry at you right now. You're really lucky, said Naruto. I defeated your friend. You should be angry. Nah, said Naruto. It's the whole point of being a kunoichi or a ninja. If you aren't pushed to your limits, what's the point? To know that you are lacking in certain areas. I'm sure that this will help Tenten more than hurt her. She simply scoffed and walked away, as she was announced the winner. The next match was Neji versus Karu. A smirk came on her face. Finally, she said, as she made her way down. One of the elders turned towards the other one. Seems that the protege will be fighting now. Let's see what he has to entail. Hayashi said nothing, as Hanabi looked down. Neji had an unreadable expression on his face. It was unreadable because he really hated Kubo ninjas, and his anger was flaring. So he had to keep himself dead calm so it wouldn't rise up. Alright, let's end this, shall we? As Karu simply smirked as she unsheathed her blade. Neji looked at the blade with calculating eyes. The both of you ready, Hayate asked. The both of them nodded. Begin. Neji wasted no time as he shot forward, Byakugan activated as he moved. Strike! His palm connected to the flat side of the blade. Karu was shocked when the thing started to crack as Neji added so much force into his slam. The chakra built up onto his fingertips, exploded outwards, breaking her blade. She was also pushed back as one of the pieces stabbed into her shoulder. She winced as she ripped it out. He appeared in front of her, his arm pulled back, as she was told about the Hyugas and about their deadly style of fighting. She had to do something, and she had to do something fast, or she would be done for. Neji pulled back his hand to strike her in the stomach, but before he could, he moved back. The participants were confused, but Neji's eyes could see it all. The fire chakra pooling in her stomach. She placed a large quantity there to burn his hand even through his chakra the moment he touched her. But at Jenny enough her level wasn't able to generate so much power so easily, as it showed when she dropped to one knee, as smoke came from her mouth. Bastard, she said. She slowly got back to her feet as she rushed through hand sign. Fire style. Fire bullet, she said as she fired out bullets in a rapid success. Neji palms lit up with chakras, he struck each and every one of them, breaking their momentum as he shot forward. Karu tried to take him on in hand-to-hand combat, but it soon proved helpless as he assaulted her. Her body was riddled with hits before he struck her right in the chest. Not in her heart directly, but enough to cause her immense pain so she could suffer every moment of it, and he could enjoy himself. She was thrown back roughly as she slammed against the wall. Omoi's fist crackled on the railing as he gripped it tight. Calm down, said Samui. This isn't your fight. But he was getting angry. Karu made herself to her feet as she coughed a bit, blood coming from her mouth, as she never expected this guy to be so strong. Once her sword was broken, she knew that was it, You couldn't fight the Hyuga with close combat. It was just suicide. She glared at him though defiantly, as she tried, but she couldn't feel it. What did you... I've already sealed off the points. For you to gather your fire chakra up into your lungs. You're over. Without that, it made it worse as Neji came in close on her. She was once again assaulted. Neji not hitting anything too vital so she would pass out. She was thrown back and slammed into the wall. Up in the other part of the stands, as Naruto's hand started to break the railing. Hinata was shocked when she looked at his hand. How was he? She knew that he was strong, but he was breaking the metal. Kakashi saw it as well. As he glanced towards Hayate, Hayate realized it was enough. As he jumped down, the opponent is unable to continue. Neji scoffed. Winner. Neji Hyuga, he said. As Karu was quickly brought away by the medics. Omon released a sigh. She should get some help and be fine. For once, he was not overthinking things. He just hoped that she was okay. Neji made his way up as everyone is looking at him, but he really didn't care. The elders saw the brutality that he had, and no sympathy, and they liked it, as he was cold, efficient, and deadly. The next match was Rock Lee versus Kankuro, as the both of them made their way down there. The match really didn't last that long. Kankuro puppet didn't stand a chance by Lee's first punch that shattered the thing. His speed was immense. Guy had a proud smile on his face as he watched his student obliterate the puppet. Kankuro tried to inject him the poison, but Lee was just too fast, as Kankuro was taken out, declaring Lee the winner of the match. The next match was Hinata Hyuga versus Samui of the Cloud. Hayashi got a brief smile on his face as Hanami wanted to clap, but seeing the elders here, she did not do such thing. As Naruto turned towards Hinata, "Good luck," he said. As she smiled, "Thank you," she said. She felt a tap on her shoulder. As Sasuke looked at her, "Good luck," he told her. A bright smile came to her face. "Thank you." "Hinata, you can do this," said Kakashi. "Thank you, Sensei," she said. "I'll do my best, everyone." With that, she made her way down there, as Samui made her way down there coolly as well and calm. The both of them arriving in the arena. So this is the time that we see if she's really worth it, Hayashi. Hayashi got a skull, but he instantly vanished off his face, as he did not reply to the elder behind him. Hanabi was too busy, as she had a smile on her face. "You can do this, big sister," she thought. "Are the both of you ready?" "Yes." "Begin," Hayate said as he jumped away. The both of them looked at each other as Samui was laid back. "Tell me something," she said. Hinata was surprised by the talk. She never expected that she would talk to her. She knew about the attack on her family, but she did not blame these people because it was not them. And she was the person that they were trying to kidnap, but still, it was not them. They were just Jennings. "Is Naruto your boyfriend?" asked Samui. Hinata blushed a bit in embarrassment. "Oh no, he's like a brother to me," she said. "Huh. I'm surprised." "About what?" asked Hinata. "Well, that he takes someone as a sister instead of his girlfriend. Knowing that sleazy bastard." "Huh. Hey, I'm not that bad," said Naruto. She turned and glared at him as he turned his face. He just had her on his big mouth, right? As he wondered which one of them he should cheer for, Hinata was the best option after all. She was his little sister. Huh. Yeah. But someone would probably kill him if he cheered for another girl. And the others would probably hold him down for her to do it. So he kept his mouth shut. As Hinata smiled, "Shall we begin?" she asked. Samui simply let her stance down. "Well then, let's go." Hinata moved forward with grace and precise movements. Samui leaped away, as she knew this girl is dangerous in close combat despite her not activating her Byakugan yet. So she did not attack her right away though. Instead, she went through hand sign. "Lightning release. Lightning flow," she said. She raised her hand as an arc of lightning came towards Hinata. Hinata leaped away, moving fast enough as she saw the chakra gathering, as the lightning flow struck the earth rather violently. Hanabi's eyes went wide, fearing her sister's life. She felt a warm hand on her shoulder as she looked at her father, as he saw the distress on her face. She said nothing, but she knew he was referring that Hinata would be alright. The battle dome below kept back up as Hinata kept on dodging lightning streaks. Samui and everyone that didn't know Hinata training was shocked. Even the elders were perturbed. Even Hayashi and Hanabi. After all, Hinata never showed anyone this before. When she suddenly pulled out a scroll, as she slammed her hand on it, it was rather hard to contain water like this in its liquid form, but after training she was able to do it. The water spewed out on the ground as she went through hand sign, as Samui had just released another technique, water release. Colliding river, she said. It was a weaker form of the water release, colliding wave. The lightning technique was absorbed into the water, making the water electrify as it rushed towards Samui, who had to leap up in mid-air, dodging. Hinata shoot off the ground, her hands moving in blur. Samui twisted her body, but she got struck in the shoulder, knocking her down to the ground. Before her feet could touch the water, there was a poof out of her wrist as she brought out her small tanto and threw it in the wall, as she hanged on to it. Hinata wasted no time as she went through another series of hand sign, water release, water bullets. The water shaped and took form into small petals before shooting towards Samui. Samui pulled the blade as she put her feet on the wall, running with her chakra attack. The wall was peppered with bullets, causing Samui to flee as she flicked over to where the hands of the statue were. Hinata wasn't done yet as she moved forward, going through another series of hand sign, water release, rushing title crash, she said. The water spewed up in a large wave, rushing towards the statue, causing Samui to leap away. As she flipped and landed where there was no water, Hinata wasted no time and charged forward. Samui swung her blade, only for Hinata to twist and dodge underneath it. She came up but Samui dressed back. She tried to sweep away Hinata's leg, but Hinata jumped, twisting her body just in time before shooting her hand forward. Samui did not expect this, so when the force of the chakra blew from Hinata's palm strike, slammed her right in the stomach, she was forced back. Hinata rushed forward only to duck under a swipe that nearly sliced her throat right open. She flipped back as she activated her Byakugan. She was faster as she moved. Samui blocked her strike though with her katana, flat tip. But unlike Neji's attack, the katana did not break. As Samui ducked and sliced towards her stomach, Hinata pivot over right over it. She flipped as she struck the katana with her two fingers. A vibrational tremor went through it, shaking Samui's hand as the blade faltered in them. Hinata used the opportunity to strike Samui 2 times in her hands, causing the blade to fall, as she then struck her in the stomach before knocking her back. Samui slid back as she brought her hand up to go through hand sign, but she felt. She looked at her hand to see red marks. I've sealed away your points in your arms. This match is over, Hinata said, as she shot forward. Samui didn't have any choice. She couldn't perform jutsu right now, so she tried to perform taijutsu. But it was a lost cause, just like Karu, although Samui was stronger. Still, Hinata taijutsu was just on another level of being a Hyuga. Not to mention the style was different, confusing the elders and Hayashi as well, as he never saw his daughter fight like this before. This was certainly new. Hanabi had a big smile on her face, loving every single moment of it, as Hinata broke through her ranks. Several hits all over her body later, as she was sent sailing. She slammed into the wall, as her points were all close. She would need a large amount of chakra to force them back open, that she couldn't muster at the moment, as her body slumped down. But she wasn't unconscious. Her body just felt tired. Winner! Hinata Hyuga! You both did well, shouted Naruto. As at least that didn't make Samui hate him, and Hinata knew that he appreciated her doing her best. She looked towards her father. His face was neutral, but he knew that this would try to come back to be bad at her. The elders always thought that the clan was, well, beyond anything. They never changed their style, they never learned anything else, because they believed it was top notch. Hayashi had that same mindset as well. But his daughter had did her best. She had come so far and improved. He was not going to doubt on her right now, as he wanted to see how far she would grow, and he would continue to watch her progress. But for now, he remained silent and not displease her or argue with her for the change of style. But Hinata felt good in herself. She won, and she was moving on to the finals. Alright, Hayate said, seeing that there were only 3 competitors left, and it would be rather unfair to let one of you fight and the other face off against a weak opponent. This will be a 3-man scuffle. Amoy from Kumo, Gaara from the Sand, and Naruto Uzumaki. As everyone is surprised by this turnout, a 3-way battle? Seems like you got screwed, said Sasuke. What are you talking about, said Naruto. This will be the best fight yet. Kakashi simply shook his head. Only Naruto can see the benefit of facing off against 2 opponents that are trying to win, and the way for them to do that is take him down. He was just something else different, wasn't he? As Naruto made his way, getting good luck from Hinata, Kakashi ruffling his hair. As he made his way down there, he passed by Yujito, as she had one of her claws out, as she placed against her chin, tapping it. He simply walked by rather fast. Yeah, she was pissed. As Amoy caught up with him, Gaara simply sunshined in the ring. You're a reasonable guy, right, Naruto? Yeah, said Naruto. How about you just give up and let me win? And I'll take on that Gaara guy. Alright, sure, said Naruto. Really? Yeah, but you'll have to take all the punishment from the 3 girls. I mean, everything. Amoy simply walked past him. Never mind, he said. Wait, is it really that bad? Said Naruto. You have no idea, said Amoy. Naruto gulped as he made his way down. Are the 3 of you ready? As the 3 of them nodded. Begin! As Temari watched, as Conqueror was there as well. Despite facing off against Lee, he wasn't that badly beaten. He just was able to keep up with Lee's speed. As Baki kept an eye on Gaara. This would be bad if Gaara went insane right now and released that thing. As Naruto gave a friendly smile. So what do you say we have a good match, Gaara, he said. Instantly, sand started to pour from his gourd and shot towards the 2 of them, forcing them to backpedal. They had to flip off the walls as sand smashed into it. Amoy pulled out his blade as he was attacked by several sand tentacles. As Naruto went into his pockets, he then reached and pulled out something before he tossed him towards Gaara. Gaara brought up his sand as something planted in it, but it was too small for him to see what it was. As Naruto snapped his finger, there was a purple click. The kunais showed themselves with explosive tags. Boom! Gaara's entire stand was rattled. Everyone was confused that didn't know about his ability. Where did those come from, Guy Sensei? Asked Lee. He was sure his eyes wasn't confusing him. Guy scratched the back of his head. Lee, I have no idea, he said. Lee looked up shocked. Guy Sensei did not know? How was that even possible? What was Naruto for Guy Sensei to not know something? As Gaara stepped back out of the shadow to show his face crack. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, sand. That's how he ducking that sword from Amoy. Keep your head in the game, Naruto, said Amoy, as he twisted his blade and brought it down. Only for Naruto to twist aside as the blade stabbed into the ground. Sand rushed towards him again, destroying the platform. Uzumaki, said Gaara, as Naruto turned towards him. You will be a perfect offering to Mother. She wants your blood. Wait, what? Said Naruto. As Naruto had to jump out of the way as sand burst from the earth. He looked behind Gaara to see the sand pulled into the earth. This guy was actually trying to kill them. He twists and jump. Gaara's sand came up to him like a shower. Amoy sliced right through the sand that was screaming at him as he rushed at Gaara. Amoy twists and flipped as he flipped over the sand. His blade infused with chakra. He tear right through it. Gaara brought up the sand that came from his gourd, reinforced right in front of him. Amoy's blade got stuck. A sand tentacle shoot towards Amoy's stomach, slamming into him. He was sent backpedaling. He flashed through Hudson though as he breathed out a massive stream of flame out of his mouth. It connected with Gaara-san, but Gaara-san was fighting through it even though it was literally being turned into glass because of the intensity of the flame. Only for Naruto to drop from above Gaara. Gaara was surprised. His sand came up to block him, but Naruto had something in his arm. As Guy, Kurenai, eyes went wide to what they saw. As Sarutobi smirk. Anko saw it as well. Rasengan, say Naruto as he slammed it right through the sand, exploding it. As he slammed the attack right into Gaara, he had less the density, so he wouldn't kill him. As the smoke cleared, as Naruto's hand was inside of Gaara. What the hell? The sand wrapped around his hand and constricted tight. The real Gaara emerged as he laughed. Well. Fast, said Naruto. Using your sand as distraction. But the sand exploded from around Naruto's arm. As Naruto cracked his neck, I guess it's time I stopped playing around. Amoy decided that it was time he stopped messing around as well. As his chakra started to swirl inside of him, Gaara bloodthirsty grin sprayed towards the two of them. As Naruto started to laugh, his eyes turning purple. Well then, let's dance, shall we? He said. And like that he was gone. His next move made everyone's eyes go wide to what they saw. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want the next part to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Neglected and Lost Everything and enjoyed that over on Anime King 2. But for now, more to fear, see you guys soon, peace.